How well can we understand player behavior using data based on psychophysiological signals? I'm Myat, or Matt, and my research is focused on the use of psychophysiological or biosignals to measure player immersion and engagement while playing video games. There's been increasing attention drawn to biosignals in games research in HCI, especially pertaining to user modeling of behavior and motivation. In both commercial and academic research, we have this general sense of promise and excitement over the power of using human signals to better understand the humans playing those video games. We've seen great reductions in costs of entry to using these technologies, like cheaper open source eye trackers, like the ones here that I'm showing from Pupil Labs, and also accuracy improvements to other commercialized products like heart rate monitors. What used to be really expensive research apparatus are now actually more affordable and obtainable by people who are, in smaller research labs like me. So this is great. Traditionally, games engagement research might use some kind of playtesting or psychometrics, some kind of survey-based method to get a measurement of players' experiences. But if you're like me and you're an academic trying to develop a foundation for a theory of experience, you might end up interrupting your players too often as they play games. Every 10 minutes, please fill out a survey and so on, and they will get annoyed with you and it will alter their experience entirely. So what you measure may not even be valid to begin with. So I've spent the past 3 years carrying out experimental research over the translation of these old survey-based psychometric measurements of player immersion to see if there are more granular and less invasive ways to get an understanding of player behavior that don't interrupt their experiences while they play. But here's the thing. What I'm showing here is what a traditional lab might look like in a psychology setting using eye tracking. You can see that it's quite rigid and restrictive, and the reason for this is to try and get a control of all the confounding variables that might affect the data being collected. Compared to a more natural setting, like say sitting on a couch and playing a video game or at a desk on a computer, it's very clear that there's a stark difference between the kind of environment that you need to collect clean data for a research focus rather than the environment you need to enjoy a game in the comfort of your home or study. This is a recording of me playing the game Devil Daggers while wearing an eye tracker. You can see with the green dot where I'm looking, and experiences like this and also subsequent research that I've carried out have actually shown me that there are some complications to the nature of using these tools and analyzing the data that you get from them, and all the precautionary care that has to be placed on collecting biosignal information has become the focus of my research. My research has therefore come to be concerned with a lot of the minutiae that is involved in the pipeline that these data go through. From when you start collecting it, whether that's in an established and well-funded commercial lab, or a resource-restricted environment like the experiments that I run, you have to be concerned with a lot of different things. And you then ask, well, what should we really care about? How should we interpret the published results that we read in academic journals about biosignals in games? And how much of it is actually useful to those who aren't academics? If these kinds of questions sound interesting to you, please reach out to me. You can find more information about me at my website, including talks that I've had in the past, or you can email me and I'd be happy to have a correspondence and discuss these matters with you.